because obviously all that bacteria, you're basically bringing it to your coochie, and yeah, like I said, you're gonna experience some sort of irritation, some sort of itching, some sort of, some infection, you don't want that. So make sure you're wiping front to back at all times.
With you, I feel inspired. I don't know what to do with myself. Need to keep it cool.
Yeah, I'm a bad bitch. You can't kill me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Obviously in today's video, I'm literally going to be talking to you about female hygiene. I'm going to be sharing with you, some tips that you can use. Obviously, I'm not going to waffle too much. I'm just going to get straight into it. But before I do that, make sure you subscribe. Make sure, you comment, you like, you share, all of that. Yeah, let's get into the video. My first tip is make sure you wipe front to back. I'm going to say it again. Front to back. Okay? Not back to front, not back to left, not back to sideways, front to back. Guys, I can't stress how important this is. Think about it logically. You're going to toilet, you're doing a number two, whatever. Obviously, if you wipe back to front, the doo-doo that's in your bum, you're basically going to bring it to your coochie. Obviously, that will cause infection. That will definitely cause some sort of irritation. I guarantee you that. Yeah, because obviously all that bacteria, you're basically bringing it to your coochie, and yeah, like I said, you're going to experience some sort of irritation, some sort of itching, some sort of, some infection, you don't want that. So make sure you're wiping front to back at all times. Also, I recommend using flushable wipes whenever you go and do a poo, because obviously for me, tissue is not enough. I feel like you need wipes, like you need something else to get rid of the poo. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion. If you don't want to get flushable wipes, you don't have to, but me personally, I feel like it's better, but you do you. My next tip is make sure you're eating healthy. Okay, I can't stress how important this is, because guys, if you're constantly eating junk food, you're constantly eating burgers, chicken and chips, all these foods that aren't good for you, and you're not drinking water, you're not eating yogurt, you're not eating fruit or veg, like obviously down there is not going to smell fresh. Like you need to drink water, you need to eat your fruit, you need to eat your veg, you know what I mean. Eating yogurt is very good as well. Yogurt actually gets rid of yeast infection. Yogurt is very good for down there. So make sure you're eating your fruit and your veg, your grapes. Make sure you're eating foods that are going to promote healthiness, goodness and freshness, guys. Like, I'm not saying don't eat junk food, but all we're saying is just make sure you're eating your fruit and your veg, and you're also drinking water, you're drinking cranberry juice, as well. Like, you can't just constantly be eating junk. Next tip that is very important is you're using unscented soap, because guys, if you use soap that has perfume, it's gonna throw off your pH balance, it's gonna cause irritation, you're gonna be walking around itching, you're going to be feeling uncomfortable. Make sure you're using soap that hasn't got any perfume, soap that's natural. When you're washing your coochie, your kitty cat, make sure you don't douche, okay? Like when you're washing down there, you don't want to get your unscented soap and literally put it up there, because that's going to cause irritation, that's going to cause infection, and it's just going to disrupt the bacterial balance. So yeah, guys, don't douche. Make sure you're washing down there very carefully, very gently, you know what I mean. Like, you don't want to just get the soap and just you don't want to do that. You don't want to just put it up there, because that's going to cause infection, yeast infection, bacterial vaginosis, all of those things, and you don't want that. So make sure you're washing down there very gently, and very carefully, okay? So yeah, guys, make sure you're investing in a very good unscented soap. I use Femwash, but obviously there's so many other good unscented soaps that are out there. Just do your research, but just please make sure that it has no perfume. And yeah, next tip that is very important is make sure you're keeping down there dry. Whenever you're doing any sort of activity where you're going to be sweating, sweating in your armpits, sweating, in your body, sweating, down there, you don't want to stay in those bottoms for, you know, a long amount of time, because obviously you're going to have a build-up of bacteria. Bacteria actually grows in moist and wet places. So sis, if you're, you know, in those wet bottoms for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, you know, you're gonna get infection, and you know, it's not going to be nice, it's going to feel very uncomfortable and stuff like that. So advice is, you know, don't stay in those wet bottoms for a long amount of time. And also, you know, when you have a shower and stuff like that, make sure you dry down there properly. Like, you don't want to rush and then put your underwear on, then it's going to be wet, and then obviously, like I said, you're probably going to get infection and stuff like that. Make sure it's dry down there, because, you know, like I said, bacteria grows in wet places, and this will definitely cause, you know, some sort of infection, some sort of, you know, irritation, and that's, you don't want it. Is make sure you're having consistent checkups, especially if you have inconsistent partners. Like, obviously, I'm not judging. Really and truly, everyone should be having you know, consistent checkups, but I feel like if you have inconsistent partners, you definitely need to be checking yourself out, because if I lie to you, you don't know what someone has. You know, all of these STDs are out there and they are real, you know, gonorrhea, chlamydia, herpes, AIDS, HIV, and you don't want that. So make sure you're having consistent checkups just to see like what's going on down there, you know, see if everything's good and stuff like that. So yeah, like, I understand that you want to live your, you know, best life, but make sure you're living your best healthy life. My next tip links to the inconsistent checkup tip, and that is literally make sure you're protecting yourself at all times, at all costs, because you don't want to get any of these STDs that are out here. Herpes, you don't want HIV, you don't want AIDS. Like, literally, STD thing is not a joke, it's actually very serious, I'm not gonna lie to you. So make sure you protect yourself at all times, at all costs. Obviously, if you don't want to get pregnant, so you're using, you know, the appropriate contraception. Do you know what I mean? Personally, I have the implant. It's right here, because sis, I don't know about you, but I don't want no baby. The next tip is make sure your underwear is cotton. It's literally the best, you know, material and fabric when it comes to underwear. It prevents itching. Cotton basically lets coochie breathe, you know what I mean? It prevents odor. And all in all, it's just very comfortable. So sure, you know, whenever you have your underwear, make sure it's cotton. Next tip, which isn't really a tip, it's just something I feel like you should know. Everyone has their own natural scent, and obviously that is completely normal, it's completely fine. Like, not everyone is gonna smell the same, not everyone's gonna smell like rainbows and ponies and daffodils. Like, come on, like, that's a scam. Do you know what I mean? That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. You know, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new and you've gotten to this point, make sure you subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you guys later in my next video. Bye.
You set my world on fire. With you, I feel inside.